Next up, we have UT Martin head coach Jason Simpson. Skyhawks coming off a 21-16 loss to SEMO. They will end the spring season by hosting Tennessee Tech in a Sergeant York Trophy game at 3 p.m. on Sunday. So, Coach, just some thoughts on your team. We'll go to some questions.
Yeah, it was good. Good college OVC football game. Wasn't as clean. Probably, I'm sure there's both sides wanted. But when I say clean, I'm just talking about mistakes here and there. A lot of turnovers on both sides. But give Coach Tuke's team credit. They fought hard and they came away with the victory. So congratulations to them. I mean, statistically, you got to figure out a way. I mean, you have the ball 83 plays and they have it 49 plays. You have 370 yards to their, 240. I think you're maybe +1 in a turnover. So statistically, you don't lose those games unless you're 2 of 6 in the red zone. And so give them credit. They did a good job. But I thought both teams played, really hard, physical game. We kind of been a little bit snake bit in some of these close games, and we got to find a way to, regardless, just like all of us are doing with who's out, and it's a different set of circumstances this spring, but we got to figure out a way to score one more time.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your opponent this week. They're coming off a win. They beat TSU this past weekend. What have you seen about them compared to some of the other teams you've played so far?
You look statistically, we're very equal. It should be a good football game. They, very sound and solid in what they do on defense. They've added, a lot of making the change at quarterback. Has some athleticism that creates one more guy to be able to defend. And, Coach Alexander's team, playing well. You look at the whole Tennessee State to, 149, 150 yards or something like that. So a team that we didn't do that to the week before. So, got our hands full. It should be a good game.
So you mentioned their quarterback, and he's a freshman. And so you've played over the last couple of years. You've played some young quarterbacks. What's it like going up, or first of all, what's it like coaching a young quarterback and taking the mistakes to go along with the good stuff they do too?
It goes in stages. It goes in, and it depends on, when they're athletic, then you're able to, there's some forgiveness with their feet. When they're more of a pocket passer, there's other things you got to concentrate on to protect them from, sliding the protection or, making sure they understand those things so they can, get the ball out or at least get a throw away. So, the youth, there's problems, but they can be different problems depending on the type of player that it is and what type of physical traits he brings to it. But I tell you, it is rewarding because, on a weekly basis, things slow down for them. From a Monday in practice to a Thursday in practice. And then, then after a game, it all starts coming together for them. So, it is rewarding, and time you put a couple of years into them, you can get some benefits.
Coach Tuke got asked this earlier, but about, we're playing this spring. You've had the chance to play some more young players this year that wouldn't have gotten game action in a regular year. Can you talk about that and maybe how that's going to benefit those guys when they get to the fall season?
Yeah, like I said, the game experience that a lot of the young players, like, Brandon Floyd, one of our redshirt freshman guard, got his first start, I think his first real action. And, he gets 83 plays under his belt, so that's going to benefit us going forward. Like we talked about last week, though, the trade-offs are game experience, a lot more practice reps. Those are great things. Now you got to figure out a way to offset. You didn't get all that time in the weight room, for their bodies to physically mature. That's the trade-off. And, you won't really probably see the how that affects you until the fall and even, until next summer, as you see them get a whole another year back in the weight room.
Colton Dow is a player that had a really good 2019 season. He had 2 touchdown catches for you this past weekend. Can you talk about what he did against SEMO?
Yeah, I mean, Colton every week's going to play hard for us, and he's a guy obviously we try to get the ball to. He's a great teammate, and plays hard and really has developed himself with our coaching staff over the last couple of years. And I think he'll tell you that he's got a high ceiling. There's some things we can certainly improve on, route running and some just total knowledge of playing the receiver position. So I'm excited about Colton. We're very fortunate to have Colton here, and look for some other great things from him.
So I alluded to this in the beginning, but a Sergeant York game, you all can grab a share by beating Tech. And I know that's been something that's been important to you too, an in-state rivalry. Can you speak to that and something to play for in the last week of the year?
Exactly. No, I think it's a great traveling trophy. I think it was a great thing for the OVC. We take a lot of pride in it. It's always been one of our goals throughout the season. It's important. The OVC football important in the state of Tennessee. So no, we've got something still to play for. I expect our team to perform well.
And so I know you have this game, obviously, but in general, you have a comment, a takeaway. We were able to play this spring season. There was so much uncertainty. You're gonna play this 7th game. Just maybe what your team or what you have gotten out of actually being able to play this spring.
Like we alluded to, right? There's these kids only have a short window. Their careers are short. Some of them may not want to come back that 6th year if they were redshirt guys. So this may be the only time that they get to play. They may graduate and move on to the next stages of their lives. So most importantly, that was what needed to be done, for the players' benefit, to not lose a whole year. And so glad we did it from that standpoint. A different set of strategy with whether it be testing or 7 straight weeks with no off week and stuff. There was different injuries that all of us as head coaches and players and programs had to deal with. But most importantly, for kids to be able to, in their short window as a college student athlete, to get a chance to play and make some memories.
Well, appreciate your time this morning and all year, and best of luck to your team on Sunday, Coach.
Hey, thanks, Kyle. Appreciate all you do.